Hello guys and welcome to VollGazzRacing Season 11, Division 1, Round 9 here at Mugello for the final sprint weekend of Season 11. Division 2 just had their round and we did crown a new champion, so you will see him next week wildcarding in Division 1. Unfortunately, we only got 7 people today. Amir's not here, Nelson's not here. So, like 7. Mugello seems to be a bit of a curse trap for this kind of thing. So, VTR situation is finish with the podium, he's champion. Howling says he's got great pace up until the Biondettis. And there he loses half a second somehow. So I'm hoping, I've given him a few pointers on why that could be happening. And hopefully, I'm actually going to watch him just to see if the problem arises. So we can see what he's on about. Apparently he's locking his own oh my god. He's lost the front there into Casanova, but he's having front locking in through the left, and then he's trying to change direction right, simply won't turn. So my advice was just take the harder tyres. But also he could also try running the curb. But VTR highly likely you'll win the championship in the sprint. Just got to finish on the podium, and that's all she wrote. Well, this corner cut, it looked better than what I could imagine. So, who's the first person out on track? Who's going to be the first person to have a lap time? It's going to be Nick jumping. Red Bull KTM factory racing rider. Into turn 1 sliding the rear. So I'm expecting, well, it's a sprint quali, so you don't usually actually get the best lap times. But I'm expecting a 42 from VTR, like a high 42 at worst. But I would not be surprised if he does a 43, the pole time's a 43, just because there's only 2 laps at this, and sometimes things don't always go your way in qualifying. So Nick jumping, opting for the softer range of tyres. Just check what tyres VTR is running with. He's running with the he's running with the medium rear and the hard front. So you're down into the downhill chicane, one of the hardest braking zones on the game. Because you feel like you can brake a lot harder than you actually can. Or the other way around, you don't brake as hard as you probably can. So it can be quite difficult to navigate your way through that corner. And now into the Biondettis. These are the 2 worst corners on this track just for track limits. So many invalidations, track limit warnings, crashes can happen in that corner. It's ridiculous. And we did see many long laps in the Division 2 race earlier. I think about probably like 10 in total. So Nick jumping, setting the benchmark at 44.4. Schmoyes will be next, followed by VTR. Schmoyes goes second. Here comes VTR, goes pole 43.1. Here comes Howling. 43.5. Here comes Rolge. Rolge had a very good race in Mugello last season, winning in fine style, so he has a good base setting on the Aprilia. Just Reps and Hooley Carl left to set their opening lap times. I think for the first time in a while, everybody's on their first laps going to set, well, I was going to say representative lap time, but Reps has clearly crashed at some point. Hooley Carl up to the line, and he goes to 3rd. Grey sectors everywhere. So Hooley Carl session's already over. Reps is improving. Howling's completely blown the Scarperia corner. Looks like it's going to give me Reps who has a chance of improving his lap time. Smoy's might though, actually. So Smoy's rounds the final corner. Can he jump Howling? Always at the curb. Up to the line. And he does. Howling's going to have to find something in this final sector. And he doesn't. So if Reps just nails this, I feel like Howling's could be... Oh no! And he's invalidated. So VTR starts from pole, ahead of Rolls in second, Hulikar third, Nick jumping fourth, Chamois fifth, Howling sixth, and Reps in seventh.
Say goodbye for now and see you for the race.
So everybody's ready up, let's get going.
The start of the Italian Grand Prix here at Mugello, just a few moments away now. Very soon we'll see the riders powering down to the San Donato corner.
So here we go, 7 riders on the grid. Hopefully people don't face plant themselves at turn 1. We did have quite a disastrous couple of starts here in Division 2. Let's hope Division 1 can be a bit safer, especially with less riders. And we're off. And VTR for once actually gets a good launch. And it's an absolute massive pack heading towards turn 1, all squashed up together. Hard braking, everybody going all over the place. And VTR's got away scot-free. Schmoyes is now into second. Whoa, and Rolls is third. Hulikov fourth, Nick jumping fifth, Reps sixth, and Howling in... Actually, Howling takes sixth, and Reps in seventh. Rolls has gone down at turn 3. Reps will go round... Hulikov, sorry, going round the outside of Schmoyes. Schmoyes... Oh. Oh dear. And that incident... I think they're both going for the same piece of tarmac there. But Nick jumping now moves into second place. Schmoyes is third, and Howling's into fourth. Howling really close to the back of Schmoyes. Those two had a collision last weekend in Chang, and it ended in a 3-bike pile-up. On the brakes into Scarperia. Oh, Reps being very ambitious into Scarperia, and actually forced Schmoyes wide, and Howling has been let off into third place. Always going to run wide, mid corner through Correntire, and Hulikov's looking up the inside, but Howling going to shut the door on him as they go into the Biandessis for the first time. Howling firms, doesn't look like he's losing too much time. And Hulikov looking up the inside into the final corner, which is something you don't often see. Usually just see the final corner set up for the run down the back straight. Down the home straight, sorry. So here we go, VTR across the line to start lap number 2 in first place, and he will probably stay there unless something horribly goes wrong, as the Repsol Honda and Schmoyes, Reps and Schmoyes make contact once more. Schmoyes makes contact, yeah, they've made contact in their Scarperia, And this time Reps is the beneficiary of the collision. And Howling now closing up on Nick Jumping. His qualifying pace was nothing to be side by, but I think just installation laps, the harder tyres, he hasn't actually had a feeling of all week. Maybe he's just finally understanding how the best way to ride with them. And he's starting to close in on the KTM in front of him. Well, looks like Howling was just a little bit wide. Oh! And Hulikar sent it up the inside at oh my god. Sent up the inside at Savelli. It went horribly wrong for Hulikar. Howling's lost a lot of time, but he's only lost one position. And that's going to fend off Schmoyes as they head in towards Scarperia. Savelli made one mistake. Huli tried to punish him for it, and it all went wrong for the VR46 Ducati rider. Reps now is closing in on Nick Jumping. Reps, who's won the last 2 races, and you'd need to hope that VTR has an absolute disaster for today to hold on to the championship, but unfortunately it looks like that ain't going to happen. Reps taking a very wide line, looking to slingshot his way past the KTM as Howling and Schmoyes now going side by side on the exit Pacini. Look as the slipstream moves. Here comes Reps up the inside of the KTM on the brakes into San Donato. He forces Nick Jumping to sit up, and Reps goes through, and Schmoyes has overtaken Howling as well. 2 moves into San Donato. Let's see if Nick Jumping can fight back. But these guys are going to be careful. VTR the only rider not to exceed track limits. Rolls now starting to close in on these riders as well. Rolls having good pace, just unfortunately being unlucky on lap 1. So Howling and Schmoyes, it seems like the past few rounds these guys are just being glued together constantly in battles. Howling is definitely improving as compared to the start of the season, but he's just missing that bit of understanding to go that extra step to fight for the podium consistently. Ooh. And he's gone really wide, and now Rolls is going to go up the inside, but Howling's going to have the better exit speed and hold on to the 5th place. And into Pacini as they start the end of the halfway stage and move on to the second half of this race now. VT have a 4-second lead. The only way I can see him losing that is by disconnection. Controller disconnecting, something like that in disconnection from the lobby. Here comes Howling. He's in the slipstream of the Prima Private Racing Ducati. Can he retake Schmoyes into San Donato? Up the inside, and he's through, but Schmoyes is going to turn it underneath the Grassini Ducati. Sits him up. But Howling's going to fight back into turn 2, which is going to be quite risky. And the Dutchman has done it. Oh, and Schmoyes at the back of Howling and drops behind Rolls now. So Rolls moves into 5th place. They are Aprilia. So Howling 1.3 seconds. 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds now. Oh, no, Rolls are going up the inside. So Howling's got 1.5 seconds to Nick Jumping in 2.5 laps. Let's see if he can do it. It's going to be quite a tough ask, but never say never. I think it would be the worst thing in the world if Rolls was able to pass him. As he goes to the chicane. Nice line there. But just not get it quite the exit. And here comes Rolls up the inside into Corinteo. Howling's going to brake later, and able to turn it tight, get it quite tight to the apex, so Rolls unable to turn it underneath. And Reps has picked up a long lap penalty. Oh, and Rolls has fallen victim to Schmoyes after making a bit of a mistake at the second Biondetti. Rolls was able to do the cut back at the exit Pacini, and retakes 5th place. But it's the exit curb, and now Schmoyes is going to be in the slipstream of the Aprilia. As they start lap number 5, here comes Schmoyes on the inside. Taking a lot of extra lean angle that's really hampered his actual speed, and he's unable to make any sort of move on Rolge. So Reps, when he takes his long lap penalty, he will come behind Nick jumping. So this could be an interesting final lap. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th place, and 6th place actually. Really the only person that's really out of any fight or VTR in this battle. The gap between Howling and Nick jumping staying quite stable. Not going up, not really going down. Schmoyes got to be careful with track limits as well. He's one track limit warning away from a long lap himself. And we'll go now to Reps, who I'd assume in the next couple of corners will be taking his long lap penalty. He's pushing really hard. He's managed to pull out a 1.6 second gap. That might just be enough, you know, to hold on. So he could have done a massive head shake. Let's see, can he hold on? As Nick jumping actually runs wide through Corinteo, and Reps holds on. So here we go. Reps versus Nick jumping, Howling versus Rolge. Howling not getting the greatest of runs for the Biondettis there into Pacine. As we start the final lap of this race. Rolge is right there behind Howling, and he's surely going to go through. And the slipstream blasting past the preceding Ducati. Will Howling fight back into turn 1? You bet he will. Sits him up. Oh, and he's gone down. Well, Howling forced Rolge onto the dirty part of the track, and that's what. And they went down. I don't know if there was actual contact at the point when Rolge went down, but I don't think Rolge would be too happy with that move, I have to say. Well, he did warn that he would be quite really aggressive if things happened, and I think probably that incident with Fuli Car was enough of a reason for him to be more aggressive than normal. And Nick jumping is on course to take his first sprint podium of the season, maybe even first podium in general. But there's one person who was set the course to take his 2nd championship in VollGazz, and that is VTR. 6.5 second lead near enough. Dominated the sprint race over a second a lap quicker on average. He rounds Corinteo, he's run quite wide actually. He's picked up 1 track limit warning, so it's not the most perfect race in the world, but I don't think he'll care. He goes through the Biondetti Uno and Due, heading towards Pacine for the final time, throwing the RSGP Aprilia in. But it looks stable as ever. Rounds the corner, and VTR, he was champion 2 seasons ago in season 9, and he's champion Division 1 once again in season 11. Reps will take 2nd in the championship, and he finishes 2nd in the sprint race today. And Nick jumping is going to hold on to 3rd place ahead of Howling in 4th, Schmoyes in 5th, Rolge after the crash finishes in 6th, and Hulikar rounds up the field in 7th place. So VTR takes victory ahead of Reps, Nick jumping, Howling, Schmoyes, Rolge and Hulikar. Oh no, oh no, oh dear. That was a mistake, I clicked the wrong button. Did not mean to do that. A bit of a nightmare today in terms of stand-up lobbies, as I forgot to change the tyre wear earlier. So he's just waiting on Howling to join. Let's make sure all the systems are correct. Yep. So just waiting on Hulicar, Rolled and Howling to ready up.
The start of the Italian Grand Prix here at Mugello, just a few moments away now. Very soon we'll see the riders powering down to the San Donato corner.
So here we go, final race here at Mugello. And we're off. And these are in a notorious, dreadful start, and Reps takes the lead by miles. And Rita's actually gone down to last place. Heading down towards turn 1. And Reps leads. It's Schmoy's in second. Rolled is currently third, but it's actually could it be Howling? No, Howling. Howling took it up the inside. He's been hit from behind by Hulicar, and now Rick Jumping's up the inside. So Vito all gone from leading every millimetre of the sprint race to being in last place, and he forces his way underneath Hulicar, but he makes contact with Nick Jumping, and he actually is probably going to fall back behind. No, he's not. As I head now towards Casnova Savelli. So VTR down in 7th place. So at the front, it is Reps, but he's not leading by much. Schmoes is staying with him. Got right, seven rider train. Biggest gap is 3/10 between Howling and Nick Jumping. Into Corintaya for the first time. Oh, look at Hulicar forcing his way underneath Nick Jumping. And into the Biondettis. Howling, he's not having any problems now, is he? So here we go, filing towards Vicine for the first time in the longer race. This is going to be one hell of a slipstream train. Who's going to get the best run out of Vicine? Look at this. 3 abreast on the exit. Nick Jumping's been completely sandwiched. And now in the slipstream, here we go. This could be an absolute mess heading towards the first corner. Onto the brakes. Roll's looking up the inside of Schmoes. He's trying to force his way through. The pair run wide. Howland's going to take the pair of him. He's going to say thank you very much. Nick Jumping's run wide. And Hulikar's gone down. And Schmoy's looking up the inside of Howling. And he barges his way through. And holds on to third place. Howling will definitely not like that. He just needs to be careful he doesn't... oh, he's at the back of Schmoy's. He's going to definitely try and give him the receipt. But now he's got VTR up his inside, and VTR's going to be wise as that. He knows he's got the pace to win. He doesn't need to rush things. He's got to let overtakes happen when they do. Reps is out front, but he had way more pace than anybody during the sprint. So he's just going to take his time, let the race come to him. And Howling is definitely going to overtake Schmoy's sooner rather than later. Can't surely go try and go round the outside. He's all over the back of the Prima Primat Racing Ducati. He's going to force his way underneath. And he's gone through at Pelagio. And now Vitor's going to go round the outside of Schmoy's. But Schmoy's is going to surely try and force his way back up the inside and hold position, which he does. Vitor's going to have the inside line for Biondetti Uno. And all contact between the two. And Vitor's forced his way through. And now Schmoy's drops down to 6th. And Rolls is now all over the back of Rep. So Rolls with some great pace here. He's got the inside line. Taking the side to line, he's looking up the inside, and now he's got the slipstream of the Repsol Honda rider. Can't the American take the lead for the first time since a ref? Here he comes. And he's through. Rolls takes the lead for the first time in quite a while. VTO and Schmoy's making contact. It's 3 abreast heading towards turn 1 for these guys. Rolls is safe, I think. No, he's not. It's 3 abreast into Sandinato. VTO's forcing his way up the inside of Schmoy's. And he's managed to make it stick. Rep's fighting back with Rolls. Rolls forces his way underneath. He's lost the front and he's down. Howling's managed to avoid him. Everybody's managed to avoid it. So unfortunate for Rolls there. Just a little bit of contact, the front end just folded. Which is one of those tracks where the front just likes to tuck itself naturally. And one of those collisions can unfortunately aid the bike in doing so. But now that leaves Howling in second place. VTR into third. Like I said, just let things naturally happen and he's got the pace to climb up the order. But if these battles keep continuing, I don't think this race is over for Rolls. If he can keep that pace going, put in some nice consistent lap times, with all this fighting going on between these 5 riders, I wouldn't put him out still for a podium. We still have 8.5 laps to remaining. Reps now have an 8/10 lead over Howling. Onto the curb, you don't want to be doing that. Howling's definitely the strongest pace showing from Howling all season, I'd say. He did lead briefly in Chang before the collision with Schmoy's and everybody else. Oh, and Schmoy's is the first person to pick up a long lap penalty. And now Vito looking up the side of at Bacchine. He's going to turn it underneath the Cassini Ducati, but he's going to actually go for it, actually. All contact between the two. And now Howling's going to be in the slipstream. He's going to pull out to the right-hand side of the Aprilia. And he's going to try and retake the position. Yeah, and he's back through the Dutchman. But can Vito outbrake the Cassini Ducati ride? He forces him onto the outside curb. Trying to go the long way, but Howling's got the inside line, the better line. And holds firm to second place for now. And actually they've closed in a bit on Reps. And Vito's going to... No, surely not. Tried to go round the outside at turn 3. That's not quite possible. It's gone on the curb as well, so he's going to have to wait a little bit more. Howling has to be the strongest into turn 4. So if somebody goes completely straight, Nick Jumping. Oh god, that's just lag. Thankfully that didn't wipe anybody out. But Nick Jumping is riding on his front wheels. That is quite concerning as Howling has a bit of a front turn over. But he is closing in on Reps here. Vito doesn't look like maybe Vito actually needs to pass Howling. He can just sit back, relax, and let Howling do his own thing. So Reps 6 tenths, 7 tenths. The gap's staying pretty stable, but Howling's just closed that gap a tiny bit. Oh, but Vito's all over the back. Vito can definitely, he's definitely got the pace. Just where's that move going to come? Maybe he's got to be a bit more patient, not pass at Bacchine. Wait until after Bacchine hits the back of Howling. Luckily the race stay on. It's going to be maybe the exit the Biondettis. No, it's not possible. I'll just wait for the exit of Bacchine. Oh, but Howling's gone wide though. He's gone very, very wide. And that's going to force Vito back up the inside. Vito's going to try and force Howling onto the curb. Neither wants to give up, but they've both got slipstream from Reps now. To go side by side down the straight. Vito's actually got more of the slipstream than from Reps, I think. And Vito takes second place. As they head into San Donato. And now it's a three-way train for the lead. Reps, VTR and Howling. Reps had for the whole race so far. Hard on the brakes into turn 4. Howling's braking style looks so weird compared to these two. It's like these guys are braking and turning and Howling's just chucking it in, not full send on the brakes. With his naturally different riding style compared to everybody else. Any one of these three can win. Rhodes can. I'm still saying Rhodes definitely has a chance if these guys battle a lot and make some big crucial mistakes. Rhodes is just in the background there. Rhodes is definitely not out of this. It's unlikely, but yeah, you can never say never in this. Oh, Vito could have had his chance if he didn't run wide into Corinteo. All three of these guys run 3 warnings apiece, or 2 warnings apiece. Well, Reps made a mistake of being dirty 1, and actually VTR got the worst of that exchange, and Howlings now is probably going to get a double dose of slipstream. Or not, it could be up the inside of VTR here. Yeah, he's through. He's through on VTR, he's going to force VTR wide. He's going to try, oh, Reps is going really weird on the straight. Here we go, slipstream battle. VTR's actually in front of Howling and he's trying to nab the slipstream from Reps. As it's going to head towards San Donato for the 6th time of asking. And the positions stay as they are for now. Howling looking all over the place, trying to find a way through. Is getting right close to the Aprilia. He's looking up the side at turn 3, but it's not a corner you can proper send it unless you're side by side. Let's head towards turn 4. All on the brakes. He brakes so late for here. And he hasn't got the grades of exit. And VTR looking up the inside of Reps, but he just can't find a way through into Casanova. Oh, just he can't squeeze through. And into Zavelli. VTR's all over the back of the Repsol Honda. But it's just no way through. As Reps, it's actually at the curve of the inside of Arrabbiata 1. That might be the chance of VTR to go up the inside into Arrabbiata 2. But Reps is surely going to get the better line and the better exit. And the side by side into Scarperia. Reps is up the inside of the Aprilia. And Reps is through. And VTR's going to take a really strange line. But oh, side by side they still are into Corinteo. VTR's got the better line. He's going to have to hold it tight. He's got to take, but Reps is going to be able to turn it underneath due to the line. And Reps retakes the lead from the new champion. But VTR's got the inside line for Biondetti 1 and now 2. And VTR takes the lead, but now Reps will have the slipstream from VTR. There's Rhodes. Look at that, Rhodes is closing in. And now here comes Reps. He's going to have the slipstream from VTR. Hard on the gas out of the corner. Let's see how much the Repsol Honda gains from the Aprilia. He's going to pull out to the right hand side. Blast past the Aprilia, but then VTR will get this secondary dose of slipstream to go side by side into the braking zone. All on the brakes, VTR turns on Reps. But is he going to run wide? Yes, he is. Reps is going to put on the gas, go back up the inside and retakes the lead, but VTR's now got the inside line for turn 2. But is he going to run wide? Yes, he is. And now it's all going to be about the exit of turn 3. And I think VTR might just have this. As Reps goes onto the curve, Reps has got to send it to turn 4, surely. He doesn't, but he's got a better line. Oh, he just can't quite get through. Is he going to send it to Casanova? No, he's not able to. And I think VTR has finally been set free. It's never that simple. Reps is pushing like hell to stay with the Aprilia. They have dropped Howling now as Rolls is down the back of the Dutchman actually. So Rolls in podium contention, as I said he would be. Howling just not able to contend with this pace at the moment. Rolls still got the fastest lap of the race, to be fair to him. What could have been for Rolls if he hadn't gone down early on. Oh, Howling's gone wide and Rolls really close. Just not able to go through. As Reps has retaken, he did retake the lead briefly from VTR, probably ran wide through Corinteo. And it's going to be deja vu from the previous lap. Reps is going to look up the inside. No, he's not. He's going to try and he's going to run wide. It's a bit too wide in my opinion. And these two are both on full warning. So is Howling. So Roger could still be on to take the lead here, as it's going to be two slipstream races down the straight. And I think Vitor might just have a big enough gap potentially as I head towards turn 1 once again. Hard on the brakes. Rolge has overtaken Howling successfully. And now Rolge can set his sights on the guys up front. Oh, and Vitor makes a mistake on the curb. Perhaps he's going to try and go around the outside. He's going to turn it underneath the Aprilia, square the corner off, and he's back in front of VTR. But now Vitor's got the inside line for turn 4. Oh, and Vitor's picked up a long lap penalty. So that just makes this race even more interesting. Hulicar's gone down again. Hulicar's had an absolute nightmare of a race. Reps has got to be careful now. He doesn't pick up a long lap penalty somewhere. He's looking over inside and Casa it's a valley. And he just can't quite get through. It's been one hell of a race. 8 really dramatic, tense laps. Howling just can't quite contend with this pace anymore. Don't know why, but the pace he had early on is just not holding up, and he's actually been closed in now by Nick jumping. Something must be wrong for him, as these two continue to fight. But Rep's going to be really, and Vitor's going to take it early. He's going to take it now, and Shirley's going to concede the position to Rolge, and Rolge now back into second place, 1 second behind, and he has only got 1 trail limits warning, so he's got quite a few in the bank compared to Reps. Reps has got to ride really conservatively as we now head towards Bicine, and we'll start the final third of this race. Differences in rear tyres, lots of hard rears, medium rears, pretty even split I'd probably say. As we now start lap number 9, here comes the factory Aprilia VTR. It's going to pull out to the right hand side, trying to overtake the American Rolge, the outgoing Division 2 champion. And VTR's back into second. Oh, Reps is fine. The Reps of Rolge is fighting back though, which is unable to get through into turn 2 and now into turn 3. And Rolge has got the better exit than VTR. VTR's got the inside line. This is how he got the long lap last time. And all this fight is just allowing Reps to escape. It was 1 second when Rolls took second place, but now the gap has gone up to 1.3. But now I'm pretty sure that gap will start to shrink as VTR gets into his rhythm. And Reps, as I mentioned before, he can't afford any track limit excursions now. So he's got to be really careful and pick a long lap penalty, just as Hulicar has done, as I've said that. And the gap's really 1 second, and VTR out to try and set the fastest. He's yet to set the fastest lap of this race. Howling's still not out of this. He's still there. 9 tenths off Rolge. But he's 1 track limit warning away from a long lap penalty himself, so he can't. Maybe that's where that disappearance in pace has come from. He's having to relax a little bit, turning it down a bit, just to make sure he doesn't exceed any more track limits and pick up a long lap penalty. He's got no more pressure from Nick jumping anymore as we start the third to last lap of this dramatic race. Champion's already been decided. Can Reps take a third victory in a row? Third feature race victory in a row, I should say. Through turn 2. VTR's definitely closing in. Can he close in time though? He's pushing for all he's got. And the gap's back up to 1 second. Is VTR just pushing it maybe a bit too much? Not able to run the inside curb there, which is quite vital for that corner. He's at the curb as well. I think he's just probably at the sweet spot of that curb. Yeah, and VTR's now dropped roll, so it's just between these two for victory. VTR, track limit excursion again. He is pushing. But Reps is doing just enough. I've no doubt what the fuel situation is going to be like, because this track is heavy on fuel if you use power free for this straight, which is pretty much necessary. That could also be something Howling is struggling with potentially. The ultimate lap time into San Donato. The gap is 0.8 of a second, 0.9 of a second. It's remaining quite stable. Vito's giving it everything, but everything is just not enough at the moment. Maybe that small amount of fighting with Rolge has cost VTR the chance at victory, and that long lap, which I'm pretty sure VTR might have been able to well, he would have contested before, but his multiple warnings he's picked up since then. And Reps is just riding tidy enough. And Reps is doing enough here. He's making no mistakes. Rolls is actually closed in on Vitor this lap. I think Vitor's just pushing too much. And Rolls could nab second place here if Vitor isn't careful. And Howling truly has dropped off pace now as we start the final lap of this race. Can Reps hold on? Will one of the Aprilias take victories? Hulicar's gone down again. I don't even know where Hulicar is in them. I think it's Corinteo. The Reps. One more lap. He's led them for the majority of this race. Into turn 1, onto the brakes. Bike protesting, but he's nice and tight to the apex. 0.6 the gap dropped to, but that's because Vito ran quite hot into San Donato. And Hulicar's going down. Hulicar's having an absolute nightmare today. Reps is just holding on into turn 4. They're all having a bit of front end moment. It seems like Reps has found something in the last few rounds. Unfortunately, he's found it too late with the Honda. Bit of a mistake there for Casanova and Savelli. And now the gap's dropped to half a second range, but Vito might have not got the best exit for some strange reason. Just 0.6. These guys are going to be careful to pick up any long lap penalties because they're in range. If they cut both Biondettis, both will have long lap penalties. Rolls is probably in the safest spot. Rolls is actually probably the fastest pace here today. Unfortunately, it's the crash at turn 2 in the contact with Reps has cost him. So here we go into the Biondettis for the final time. I'm sure Reps will take this nice and carefully. Vito going full attack, round to the green paint, into the final corner. Out of Piccini, and Reps is going to make it 3 wins out of 3 in the feature races. It's a trifecta, it's a turkey. Reps takes victory in Mugello. VTR takes second, Rolgers third, Howling with his very poor late race pace is 4th, Nick jumping 5th, Schmoy's in 6th, and Hulicar is in a complete nightmare of a race today. Will round out the field in 7th place.
As the riders do their cool down laps, let's take a look.
So have it. Reps takes victory ahead of VTR in 2nd, Rolge in 3rd, Howling takes 4th ahead of Nick jumping in 5th, Schmoy 6th, and Hulicar rounds out the field in 7th place. So we'll move on to Parc Ferme interviews. We'll start off with the third place man, Rolge. You had a very strong pace, probably the strongest I'd say out of everybody. Unfortunately, that crash it turned to cost you the chance of victory. But how happy are you to return to the podium?
Oh yeah, man, it feels amazing. Definitely good to get on the podium. D1 is on a different level. I'm really enjoying my first season in it. Yeah, I knew I had really good pace at this track. It's one of my favorite tracks. Like I said, unfortunately, I had 2 crashes in the sprint and the race that kind of hampered my chances, but I knew I had the speed to catch back up and, when I needed to. But towards the end of the race, I had some stiff competition. VTR was fast, Reps was fast, so I just tried to hang on as best I can, not make any mistakes, and by the off chance that either one of them went down or they got into a battle, I knew I'd be right there. But happy with 3rd place. I'll definitely take it. We're just going to keep pushing, keep fighting, keep getting better. And yeah, season's almost over, but I think we did good today.
Yeah, did a great job. Just a bit unlucky, but the pace was there, and hopefully you can take your first Division 1 main victory soon.
Hope so. Thanks.
And we'll move on to our 2-time champion of VollGass VTR, a picture-perfect sprint race. However, from the moment you released the clutch for the main race, it went complete disaster. Probably the worst start you've had all season, dropping from first to last. Then you had a great fight. Unfortunately, you picked up a long lap penalty in a quite controversial fashion, and you closed in on Reps, but Reps was just a little bit too strong for you. But how does it feel to be a 2-time champion of VollGass?
Yeah, it feels good. I think I probably knew this result about 3 or 4 rounds ago after the amount of stuff that's happened to everyone else. But yeah, it's been a good season. I've enjoyed most of the races. Race start today were ones where people were. I was surprised really, because in the sprint race I was much faster than everyone today, but I just destroyed them, and I was running pretty much the same pace in the next race, but they were all just much faster all of a sudden, and I was kind of surprised, especially by Rolge. Fair enough, his pace was really good today, and Reps I could have caught, but towards the end I think my tyre was just not good enough. So as you can tell, I can't use track limits to more of my advantage today than usual. But yeah, sadly enough, Reps was faster than me, and yeah, he's done an impressive job the last few rounds. But anyway, good stuff, and yeah, thank you, and I'm happy to be a 2-time champion, joining the club with Platt and Nelson, and next season maybe to make it 3.
Yep. So hopefully, the lineup we've potentially got. Hopefully, we don't have a situation where all the championship contenders just fall by the wayside within the first few rounds.
I really hope not.
And you can have a more fun time winning the championship like you did in season 9. Compared to the season, which was, Reps still give you a good run for his money, but it seems like he's just adapted to the Honda a bit too late. And then hopefully whatever bike Reps is on next season, we can have similar performances and have some great races like we had today.
You haven't seen them.
No, I want to stay surprised when the first race rolls round.
Alright.
Anyway, that has been it for round number 9. Championship's been decided. Final round next week. I can't remember what the track is.
Bud.
Well, that should be interesting. Howling has never raced around there, so it's another track for Howling to learn. So if Howling's record is anything to go by, it's a new track, so I don't think it'll go too well. Hopefully he can try and prove me wrong, and maybe Reps can make it 4 for 4. But that's been it for today, and we'll see you guys for the final round next week. Goodbye.